I haven't done any. They belong in the Hall of Fame blogs for a while. I've even got some playlists on that, and I'll put this in the playlist. But upon doing research for my NASCAR Forgotten Series division of blogs, I came across the name I firmly believe belongs in the Hall of Fame, and it's Dwayne Tiny Lund. Tragically no longer with us. He was killed during the 1975 Talladega 500, a race delayed a week by rain, and as I understand it, he was first alternate. This is at least according to Wikipedia, but for some reason one of the cars could not start the race, so he was picked up. Early in the race, there was a crash, racing deal, hitting the driver's door, just tragic. But here's why I say it belongs in the Hall of Fame. As the NASCAR Grand Touring or Grand American Series, variously as it was known, from 1968 to 1973, Tiny Lund won 41 out of 109 races and 3 championships. Now, if I figured percentages right, that's about almost 38% of the races, and I could be wrong on that. I did it on a calculator. I don't know if I was doing it right, but that's a large percentage of racing in any wins in any type racing. The other accomplishments: 1963 Daytona 500 with the Impossible getting the ride after he helped the Wood Brothers ride after he helped pull Marvin Panch from a burning sports car. And I'm going to link to his career stats. I want you to pay particular attention to 1970. I'm going to link to the one off ultimateracinghistory.com. It appears there's a time, if these are complete, and these may not be, where he won 12 out of 13 races he entered, including 11 in a row. And the one he didn't win was the Daytona 500. And it looks like he might have went out late with engine failure. He finished, I think, 13th, 187 laps complete, reason out of the race, engine. You can look back, he won a 500-mile modified race at Atlanta. That's right, I said 500 mile, 334 laps. I actually thought it listed Atlanta at that time as a 1.5-mile track. I remember the old Atlanta configuration where they put that stupid travel in as 1.522. So 334 laps, if it was 1.522, would have been 508 miles. He won 2 late model sportsman races the day before the Daytona 500, 300-mile races. That's what we now know as the Nationwide Series. A lot of old cup cars back in them days run those races. He is also the 1973 Grand National East Champion. If you want to know what that is, I've got a vlog up on it. It's the NASCAR Forgotten Series number 2. But to me, and I haven't heard a lot of talk about Tiny Lund for the Hall of Fame, but to me, those are Hall of Fame numbers. You will find very few drivers who in one particular division in a 5-year period won 37% of their races. If that's right. 41 out of 109. You go ask any Cup driver today, I don't care if it's Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Dale Jr., Matt Kenseth, Kyle Busch, although Kyle Busch might be winning more than 37% of the nationwide races, or Brad Keselowski. They're frankly stinking up the show. But over the period of 5 years, 37% of the races, 41 out of 109, 3 championships. That right there to me would be Hall of Fame numbers. Then you throw it in with the rest. He won at Talladega and Grand American and late model sportsman at Daytona. Apparently back in the 60s they raced the modifieds at Daytona. It's on there. Tiny Lund belongs in the NASCAR Hall of Fame. That's disclaimer, strictly my opinion. But check his career stats. I believe he belongs in.